infrastructure activities, leading to sufficiency in food production and availability. According to the group, there has been deliberate measures taken by the federal government to ensure adequate food for the victims of the Boko Haram insurgency due to the intervention by different agencies cooperating with the federal government in ensuring adequate food for the people in the war-affected areas. The group maintains that it runs contrary to reason that an organization like the United Nations or any of its agencies would lump Nigeria with countries like Yemen, Syria and Afghanistan, where there are full-blown wars. Going by the Internal Displacement Monitoring Center, the BMO noted that the number of internally displaced persons in Nigeria has reduced to about 417,000, while countries like Ethiopia and Syria account for 1.4 million and 1.2 million IDPs. This is NT International News, reaching you live from Abuja. More reports after the break. Stay with us. Stay tuned. President Muhammadu Buhari has kept his promise that governance would not take the back seat in spite of his busy campaign leading to the presidential election on February 23, 2019. A statement by the special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, states, major activities and achievements recorded during the campaign period include minimum wage bill, strategic revenue growth initiative, and the signing of the Executive Order 7 on road infrastructure development. The statement also mentioned that the campaign period did not in any way affect ongoing federal government construction projects, which includes roads, rail, and power across the country, adding that there was also significant economic growth during the period under review. Femi Adesina quoted the figure of the National Bureau of Statistics, which says that in the fourth quarter of 2018, the country's economy grew by 2.38% and 1.93% for the whole year. And now to legislative matters. The presentation by the Nigerian Television Authority before the House of Representatives Committee on Information of its budget performance in 2018 and proposals for 2019 has been described as one of the most comprehensive so far at the ongoing budget defense at the National Assembly. It is against this background that a committee chaired by Olusegun Odebumi promised to give necessary consideration to the report for adoption. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, during his presentation before the committee, gave a breakdown of appropriations for personnel, overhead and capital expenditure, as well as internally generated revenue for 2018 and proposals for 2019, as reflected in the documents forwarded to the committee for consideration. He expressed the commitments of the NTA in discharging its mandate as a national public service television network, adding that the support enjoyed by the NTA from the committee in terms of appropriating amounts required for procurement of latest state-of-the-art equipment for effective operations has led to unprecedented achievements, citing the coverage of the 2019 elections as one among several others.
When we asked for funds were appropriated, and that enabled us to get the necessary equipment that we needed, especially for the coverage of the 2019 elections. Like I said, we covered the elections in a manner never before done in the history, in the 41-year history of the NTA. For this, we are eternally grateful to God and to all those on whose shoulders, we cried, who listened to our cries, and who worked our tears.
Chairman of the committee, Representative Olusegun Odebumi, expressed confidence in the commitments of the NTA and assured that the committee will study the financial documents for consideration and subsequent adoption.
If there's need for you to come down for some clarification or two in this court, we'll let you know. But the committee will sit as for tomorrow to consider your proposal. I'll get back to you.
I commend you for a very good work. This is a very, very commendable presentation.
Other committee members said NTA has over the years proved to be an organization of pride at both local and global levels as it daily strives to expand on operations and reach. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And still on legislative issues pertaining to digital switchover came up when the National Broadcasting Commission appeared before the House of Representatives Committee on Information for Budget Defense. National Assembly correspondent again, Lami Ali, reports on this and budget defense by FRCN and NPC.
The budget defense by the National Broadcasting Commission featured review of 2018 performance by the regulatory body and its projections for 2019. Committee members sought clarifications on operations concerning the digital switchover from the Director General of the NBC, Modibo Kawu.
Saying there's never an appropriation bill sent by the executive that maybe you can give us anyone that is included with the DSO.
The government set up a presidential task force which came out with that white paper, and the white paper has been implemented for the last since 2014 as an instrument of putting together this digital switchover. So it's the base upon which everything has been done around DSO has been done.
Director General of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, Mansour Liman said the corporation, in spite of challenges, has sustained optimal performance.
We want to again continue to solicit for your support in the 2019 budget so that Radio Nigeria will be able to do the needful in trying to make sure that we uplift the nation and unite the country.
The Nigeria Press Council was also before the committee to defend its budget. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Away from legislative matters to judiciary, an FCT High Court has dismissed a no-case submission of Mariam Sanda in an alleged murder case. Mariam Sanda is standing trial on the alleged killing of her husband, Belia Aminu Bello. The presiding judge, Justice Yusuf Halilu, ordered the defendants to enter her defense. Justice Yusuf Halilu held that from the preponderance of evidence of all the prosecution witnesses, a thick cloud has been formed by the prosecution, making it important to call the other side to make their case. Justice Halilu, however, upheld the no-case submission of the other three defendants and discharged and acquitted Mariam's mother, Maimuna Aliyu, brother Aliyu Sanda, and housemaid Sadia Aminu, who were accused by police of assisting Mariam to conceal the evidence by cleaning the blood of the deceased from the scene of the crime. The judge held that the police, either by omission or commission, have clearly not done well in tying Maimuna, Aliyu and Sadia to the offense. The court thereafter fixed May 6 for Mariam to open her defense and ordered that the trial shall be on a day-to-day basis unless otherwise decided by the court. You're watching NT International News. For more business reports now, let's join Chia Zalam Ekie, who's standing by.
Thanks for joining me. As Nigeria continues to make success in its efforts to ensure effective citizens' participation across the budgetary process, the budget transparency practitioners and stakeholders say efforts to enhance transparency in the extractive sector and improve efficiency and effectiveness of the tax system is priority. This was at the Fiscal Transparency and Accountability Thematic Working Group of the Open Government Partnership in its first quarter meeting of 2019, held in Abuja, where discussions centered on the current issues and priorities